And welcome back to part 2 POV. You are a scriptwriter and I am your coach. In this video, we're going to delve into something that's very dear to my heart and also very critical for your story. It's how to build a 3D full dimensional character for your project. So if this seems of interest to you, then definitely hit like. And also at the end, if you got some value, send it to someone who you think it can help. I'll give you a second to do that. And I'm going to look over my notes and also check my camera and make sure we're good. So go ahead and take some time to do that. Be right back. All right. Thank you so much for doing that. So let's go ahead and dive right on into it. So characterization is literally, like I stated, my favorite part. Also, let me introduce myself. My name is Lynette Renee Doby, and I'm a professional writer. And my aim is to provide information that I wish I had when I first started my professional writing career. So that's who I am. And the topic, once again, is POV. You are a scriptwriter, and I am your consultant. So characterization, yes, I was diving right into it because I'm so excited. Characterization is so important because often people see their characters as beings within the world and the environment of their project, but they really, in my opinion, don't take time to really build them out and flesh them out into fully actualized individuals, because that's what they are. So that's step number one. Make sure that you take your time and go into every single detail possible about who this character is. So whether it's their birth date, where they're from regionally, their desires, their wants, their passions. I want you to go through it all. And also, here's a bonus. Do an exercise. Talk about one of their birthdays that was pivotal to them in their life that causes them to act in a certain way within the body of your work. So for instance, if at their 15th birthday, their father or one of their parents wasn't there, so they had to navigate what it's like to go through a big celebration or a big life event on their own or with friends as opposed to friends and family. Go down into the smallest detail. And then after you do like midlife, or well, not midlife, but 15-year-old birthday party, go back to the childhood. Talk about how that birthday was a juxtaposition or a difference from the earlier birthdays in their life. I want you to get that deep. What was their address when they were younger? Did they move around a lot? All of these small details build and contribute to who they are in the world within your story and within your project. You want to make sure all those little details add up to why the character does what they do later on in the body of your project and in the plot. Because everything that they do, it either adds to the plot or it takes away, right? So you always want to have that sort of impetus in your mind as to why they do what they do. For instance, using the example of that 15-year-old who maybe spent their birthday by themselves with just their friends and not their family as well. How does that affect them as they go into adulthood? How does that affect them within the world of the story? All of those small little minute details are major when it comes to really fleshing out a bold and beautiful character within your project. So definitely take your time to, number one, get as specific as you can with the character to determine who they are and what they do. And then number two, know their why and how it affects their future actions within the world of your project and whatever it is that you're writing. Number three is something that I see, well, I heard actually an actor say that he did, and I was just like, ugh. When I was in grad school, they taught us, for performing arts, they taught us never judge your character. I heard this person once say, they were referencing their character on this amazing show is doing so well on Netflix. I won't say the name, but he was like, yeah, he's a weird dude. He's kind of strange, referring to his character. That's what the actor was saying. And I was like, no, we were always taught you never judge your character. So when you're writing for film and TV and you're writing your script and your project, never judge your character. Realize they are human. They are flawed. Even if they're the villain, you've got to find the humanity in them being that way, and that's what makes the story compelling. So never ever judge that character that you have created. It's like judging your child or judging someone very close to you. They're of you, so it wouldn't behoove you to judge them. So never do that, because if you begin to judge your character, then you inadvertently will begin to show them in a different light throughout the body of the project and throughout your script. And you don't want to do that. You want them to, of course, be true to the trajectory you know that they're going in, but don't let them go there with judgment. Next, you want to make sure that whomever is interacting with each character and how they interact with each other is all because their backstories are either in opposition to each other or there is some synergy. So I think this is a very good example. The two divergent paths that were Professor X and then Magneto. They both were mutants. They both went through a lot of different things when they were younger, but however, one of them as an adult chose to be inspired by what he went through and wanted to see a better world. He was more idealistic about the outcome of the world, and then the other, I was on a roll and my camera and my phone kind of did something. But anyway, we're back. So I was saying how Magneto wasn't about that life. He was like, I don't have any optimism. I'm going out for mine. So do you see how both of their backstories, they're very parallel and there's some intersectionality, but really they were also polar opposites. That's why relationship building, also individual building of your character is so important. So you can illustrate where those differences merge and how they also can come together. That is what we like to see. That, my friends, is called conflict, and that's what makes your story interesting. So essentially, those are the top 3 tips that I have on characterization. I hope I didn't go too quickly, but let me know how you felt about this in the comments. And if you're kind of digging this series, because I think I want to do a 3rd part about how it's so important for you to outline your story so you know where you're going, similar to how it's important to outline when you're writing a nonfiction book as well. But again, my name is Lynette Renee Dobie, and I am a professional writer, specifically a ghostwriter, but I also began my career as a script consultant. So I always like to go back and do some content on scripts because it's so beautiful and it's such an amazing thing to create a story. And if you're sitting on a story and you're unsure if now is the time, this is your confirmation that it is. Go ahead and get that story out of you, birth it into the world. With AI, you could create the script and have AI act it out. You don't have to get the whole huge amount for the production unless you wanted to and you're able to. But if you're doing this and it's self-produced, just go ahead and do it. Get it out there and you'll be amazed what happens. Somebody needs to see your story. Until the next time we meet, I will see you in my next upload. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.